Thumbs up.
Audio is on. Oh,
Attention, everybody. The views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. So without any further ado, and I say that a lot, and that's the only word in French I know.
I do.
Here is Brighter Living Live with Steve Mickey Mac McAllister and Jay Dizzle Cobbizzle. Cobb. Take it away, guys.
we're live.
All right. Good morning, Facebook
Good morning.
and Axe Radio.
Yes, Acts Radio.
I'm glad to have these two youngsters here with me on
Yeah,
the
we're
show.
youngsters. He's old.
I'm just saying that, just so I'm trying to keep on the good side of Jay here, Well, he's
By
You are
calling
on
me
the-
old?
he's on my good side right now.
I called you old. He called you a youngster.
Oh,
See,
that's what I thought.
I can tell you're a youngster by all the gray in your beard.
what, you want me to pay you later? Or?
Look at him. Look who's talking.
What are you talking about?
Matthew Whitebeard Pearson.
Oh, I'm Matt
Hey,
Alf.
that's pretty cool. So
I'm
it's
Matt
got a
Alf
nice ring
the
to it.
White now.
Well, but
Matt Alf the Gray.
Yes.
You shall not pass.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yes, it
Matt
does.
Alf?
Like your hearing.
Matt Alf.
Ha! But what'd you say?
No, I'd like to thank these guys for coming on. I just appreciate there's no guest today, but coming up in February, I've got the whole month long, I've got some great guests coming up, musical, some comedy, some fun kids things. So get your kids in front of the computer on the radio or listen to the radio because we've got some fun stuff coming up in February. Well, I'd like to actually find out from Jay here.
We need to pray for Kevin Kilmurray, all of our prayer warriors out there suffering from pneumonia.
Yes,
We know how bad those pneumonias have been. A lot of people have got them and are,
In fact, he doesn't need to, Donna was saying, his wife said that he doesn't need to have any visitors. They don't need to have any visitors. In fact, she's even having to use a gown and a mask when she goes in to visit him. At least for right now, that's what Donna was saying to me. I don't know if that was to everybody, but it was to me, too.
Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yes, I was going to say, how about them Chiefs? That was quite a game. It was a nail biter there at the
I
first
haven't
half.
watched a single game all year, all season. I've been too busy.
Oh, I know.
Busy here, busy there, busy everywhere. Right.
Sam, I am.
I do like green eggs and ham. You have to leave them out for a couple weeks and they turn really green. The greener the better.
The green, yes. Lots of nutrients.
They make you fart a lot. Green eggs do.
My nephew, bless his heart, rest in peace, he when he was young, he'd say to my mom, "Grandma, I want to do something really special for you." And she'd say, "What?" "I'd like to make you breakfast." So she did. He did. He made green eggs and ham.
Now, using food color?
Yes. I hope so, because I never got sick and neither did she. So, but it was very interesting, and he always had a clever mind. He always was so imaginative and creative. But that green eggs and ham, I'll never forget it. So,
How do you make green eggs?
I guess you just make scrambled eggs and then put food coloring in it. I guess.
Or you go up and you find a frog and you take the tadpole eggs.
Interesting.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, getting back.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know. Is it?
Are tadpoles eggs? Yeah, frogs are amphibious.
Weren't the Who's green?
No, the Who's were what?
What color were they? The Who's? Whoville?
Whoville, they were all kinds of
all
colors.
Kinds of colors.
They had weird hairdos and weird body, and they were long and stretchy. And you never watched the Grinch
I did
Who
a
Stole
long
Christmas?
time ago.
Okay.
So long
Yeah,
ago.
the Whoville kids. There's Cindy Lou Who, and all.
None of which are sponsors of the show.
None of which.
None of which. But the views and expressions,
not sponsored
views and
this
opinions.
Well, we don't know if they have.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Who has?
Well, they might
has?
now. Who's seen one recently? Aren't they the ones up there on that giant spaceship?
Spaceship.
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
I was like, wow, where did
I
this
was just
go?
kidding. They're populating Mars.
Well,
Who is?
I don't know. I'm just.
Hey,
had to
it's
come-
going to be one
The
of those
Who's.
shows. I feel
Who?
like
Who is
Who's
populating,
populating Mars?
Right.
not the band Who.
Yes,
the
they
Who.
are.
The Who.
I'm
is-
not asking you who's on first.
What's on second?
I'm not asking you what's or who's on second.
Wow, this show's going.
I don't know. Third base. Have you heard that whole entire?
I don't know who's on
Yes,
third
I
base.
have. That gets pretty
Why
crazy.
Don't you know who's on third base?
That
You know
gets
that-
pretty crazy.
Rachel McAllister, welcome. Susan Burrows, good morning. Jason
Thank-
B. Cobb, Philip Schultz,
Good morning.
Jason, good morning.
I'm on.
All right.
J. Dizzle B. Kizzle. That's
I'm
what I
off a
call him.
little.
Well,
I slept all right. I don't know why I'm
I was just going to
just
say,
still
didn't you say
beat.
something about
I'm
wood?
beat.
The wood kept you
It's
warm all
emotionally.
night?
My body's.
It's emotionally draining.
and
Moving
beat.
is emotionally taxing, physically taxing.
I'll tell you what.
It can be. Talk to
Artistically-
Rachel.
It's not
Don't
artistic
move
at
if you
all.
don't have to.
Yeah, I know.
Rachel and I had a very emotional move. I mean, it's with me being physically sick and going through the movie
And mentally.
now, I love you, brother.
I love you too. We're all emotionally and physically and mentally sick. Really.
Yes.
We won't be perfect until Jesus comes.
All right.
But moving can be very stressful, and so you're all moved in, Jay.
Sort of.
Sort of.
There's a couple of things left at the old house that need to be gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's still got to unpack and arrange everything at his new apartment.
Yeah, we still
Yeah.
got to unpack ourselves.
And it's
Got a long way to go.
and it's emotionally and
yes, it's emotional.
See, you're
and-
looking for something, so you go through all your boxes looking for it.
yeah.
Right.
And while you're going through all your boxes, you find all the stuff that you don't need right now. Then, when you do need it, you forgot which box it was in. So now you have to go through them all again.
Right.
But then you haven't unpacked everything. You don't have your furniture arranged or anything like that. So it's not like you can put it somewhere yet that makes sense that you'll find it. It's just better to leave it in the box because otherwise, then where is it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's kind of a moving. I forgot.
Moving is a
Haven't done it in
stress.
so long.
It is a stress. Now, Steve, you've got something you wanted to talk about today.
Yes. Speaking about emotions, it was an emotional Saturday. There was a lot of emotion going on. There was two actually back-to-back funerals that Rachel and I went to, but the one that I wanted to talk about today was, and I wanted to give a shout-out to those in Branson that are watching. I wanted to let you know that Terry loves you guys, and Terry Saunders, his son, if you don't already know, was killed a week ago Saturday while falling asleep at the wheel. So this is a good reminder, folks. If you're asleep or if you're tired, I mean, I don't care if you think you're tired, if you have any doubt, just pull over and rest, whether it's in a rest area, a gas station. I don't think people or the gas station attendants or whoever will mind if you like doze off for a little bit. It's better to doze off at a gas station than doze off at the wheel.
And you had Jay's testimony the last couple shows.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And you were talking about, I mean, I see the picture there of
this is
young Mr. Sanders. He's a musician as well, correct?
yes.
Again, folks, I mean, this is your show. I shouldn't take it over, but
No, I know what you're doing.
we are not promised tomorrow.
Right.
We're not even promised the next 5 minutes.
And the funeral itself, I will say, is interesting. I'm obviously not going to go into it, but because they did put it on DVD. I don't know if they sold out, but they were given those DVDs or selling them or something. But I know that Clay Cooper and Tina, his wife, were very gracious to let the theater being used for the memorial. And I just feel so bad for Terry, but Terry.
Jim says good advice. Sorry.
Who does?
Jim Whining.
Oh, okay. So you have to let, like he said, the funeral was not about you. It wasn't about Terry. It was about him and how he celebrated life. And what we did is we just did that. It was celebrating. He said, if you have to say something, stand up and applaud. You know, it was just a very informal type of celebration. But we need to remember Terry Saunders' family in prayer and just be with Terry, because he's really feeling it. And I don't think he's really fully has the shock worn off yet. And so just continue to pray for him. And really, if you have a donation that you still would like to donate anything, I've got 2 memorial contributions here. If you go to Great Pyrenees, I will say Great and then Pyren.
Great Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees, thank you. .rescueme.org/Missouri or www.allwithinmyhands.org. You can go to those places and give your donations. And again, we want to say thank you to Clay and Tina Cooper for opening up their home. I almost said home, their theater.
What kind of is their home?
Well,
you know, musicians, they spend a lot of time there.
Actually, they do a lot of
I'm pretty sure there's sleeping quarters in there somewhere.
Oh, in a lot of theaters, believe it or not, there are beds and there are cushions and there are things like that. And, you know, a lot of families stay there, especially if they've got long rehearsals. And that's what I remember.
Travel far distances to be in the show.
Yeah.
Yep, and a lot of there's a lot of what we call the Branson Shuffle, the theater shuffle. A lot of theaters are moving around, and some of them are closing down, and then some of them are trading. It gets wild in between December and February.
Another thing that I wanted to bring up, because you were talking about driving while tired, you know, whenever I was on the fire department and I was learning to be a first responder, one of the things they said was driving tired is just as bad, if not worse, than driving drunk. I mean, it's
Sure.
bad. It's just, let's just say not worse, but just as bad as driving drunk. Because, you know, your motor skills are not what they should be.
Your judgment's gone.
Judgment's gone. And you also tend to veer to red lights, like towards them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're tired, that's why we were only allowed to have so much red in the back with our flashing lights, because red and orange, tired and drunk people tend to swerve towards the red light.
Right, it's like a strobe light of some sort.
It's in any kind of light that's
Strobing.
red light, you know. But that's neither here nor there. Also, don't text and drive.
Oh, please don't, because there's so many accidents with young people, and really besides
And old people.
Well, besides young people besides drinking, texting is now. There's bumper stickers I thought I'd never see where a bumper sticker said "Don't text and drive." It's usually don't.
It's funny
drink.
because you're reading a bumper sticker while you're driving. It's the same as reading while driving.
Yes, you shouldn't. I mean, you should. I've learned that, and I've been guilty of that. But now I stop at a red light, and I do read the bumper stickers. I don't try to read bumper stickers while driving. Obviously,
Yeah.
And even if you're looking down at the split, I don't even have to look down and text. If you look away from the road just long enough, whether you're looking down or over, you feel yourself veering, or you feel yourself. It's just like driving while sleeping.
Yeah. I've pulled over on the way home many times just to take like a 10-minute nap to get me, and that's not even having to drive very far.
Right.
I don't like being sleepy. I have a fear of falling asleep behind the wheel. I work at a trucking company,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a driver that fell asleep, and they were in a part of the new construction on the roads where they didn't have the rumble strip, which is that.
Oh yeah, where you feel the
where it goes
vibration.
That's the rumble strip, and he laid over one of our trucks and trailers.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. He said it hurt his pride more than anything. But so yeah, driving sleepy is bad.
So driving drunk, driving sleepy, driving while texting, it's all bad, and it's too bad that there are more. I think there's more accidents with young people. What I started to say with texting and driving, and it's useless. It's useless.
And
to
another
try to
thing that's a problem, and maybe amongst younger people more so, but I've seen people with these kind of headphones on their head listening to their music going down the road. One ear only. If you have to listen to something, listen with just one ear. Don't put earbuds in your ears, because then you can't hear anything that's going on in the traffic around you. If there's a cop coming, you can't hear it. If there's an ambulance coming, you can't hear it. Lots of wrecks are caused because people don't even hear what's going on.
Yeah, actually had friends of mine, tell me that first responders have actually gone to accidents where they're trying to pull people out of the vehicle, and they've had headphones on their bodies or earbuds while trying to get them out, and that was the cause of the accident. Apparently, they didn't hear what was going on, and
Yeah.
so we just have to be careful.
And don't follow big trucks too close.
Yeah, and
Or anybody. Don't follow anybody too close, because whatever response time they have, it's just a minuscule amount compared to the people in front of you. If you're following too close and they have to swerve to hit something, you have no response time. So
Right.
you're going to hit it.
Right, and here's another safety tip on that. We have to be careful with...
We're all about safe driving today.
That's good. This is a good thing to have. Every once in a while, it's good to go over things like this. Safety rule for truck drivers. My dad was a truck driver. My brother-in-law. Don't ever go so back behind them, like you were talking about distances. If they can't see you in their mirror, you're driving too close. Always make sure that you can see their side view mirrors. Then that way you know you're at a safe distance, because if you're so close you can't see their mirror, you're driving too close. So just remember that.
And thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So it's
There's
really,
a lot of people out there that are in car accidents because of neglect of safety. Wear your seatbelts. I've heard people say, well, if it wouldn't have been for me not wearing my seatbelt, that would have killed me. Well, those are super, super rare
exactly.
situations, and then even then, it's if. It's not a matter of, oh yeah, actually, it.
People will get ejected automatically out of their seat through a windshield or whatever.
And those windshields are not designed to let you go through them. So if you go through a windshield, that is a lot of momentum. That is a lot, because they're laminated. Meaning you have a layer of glass, like a rubber laminate, and then another layer of glass.
Right.
So it's designed to not shatter. It's supposed to keep things from coming through to you and keep you from going out. So
and when you go through it, that might be the last thing you go through.
Well, my arm went through the bottom corner of a windshield in an accident one time, and it ripped the guts of my arm out. So when I tell people that the doctors said I'd never be able to use my hand again,
Right.
and then I do this, I'm like, praise Jesus, because I have a huge scar on my arm right here, what it was is, not only was I drinking, not only was I on pills, but I was also really tired and falling asleep. I was asleep in the passenger seat when the person driving my car said, I can't drive your car anymore, because it was a really sensitive clutch and stuff like that.
Right.
They had to wake me up, and I got up, walked around, got in the driver's seat, went to go over an overpass, sideswiped a Penske truck, and the rest is history.
How's your friend?
She had one stitch in her lip, and that was it. All the damage that happened on the driver's side.
I was going to say, some of these accidents that you see, you'd be really surprised that they just walk out of those.
Yeah. Well, my first accident was I was going really fast, and I was young, and the lady pulled out in front of me, and I swerved to miss her. I was going about 90 miles an hour down a 45-mile-an-hour zone.
Okay.
And I missed her. I didn't hit her. I would have killed her, and probably myself. But I had control of the vehicle till I looked back to make sure she was okay, and I turned it like that, and I broke traction, and I was too young then to really know what to do. And I hit a culvert and flipped the car, and it slid about 50 yards on the roof. And I got out of that with just some nicks on my kneecaps from the glass and the palms of my hands. So
you just
praise Jesus.
You just got to be, just use common sense basically when you're driving, or even driving a boat. Boats are even.
You're right over there, Jay?
Yeah.
I know. Poor Jay's been worn out this week.
Yeah, we definitely understand your situation. Rachel and I've been in your boat.
Yeah, recently.
So I'd like to also bring up, speaking of, we were speaking of traffic accidents and things like that, but if you ever need to get some help, massage therapy is a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to talk about.
I wanted to talk about this because massage therapy, believe it or not, does help you. Not like this show is also brought to you by Natural Solutions Store .bz.
.bz.
Hashtag. So, by the way, what Natural Solutions do you have?
Nice job, Matt. I'm proud of you.
Yes.
What? Why?
You haven't had to win the hashtag and hashtag.
Oh, it's because I wasn't paying any attention.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I
are
had to
you
do it
saying
for
you want my face up here?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Oh, is it time for you to do the face?
It's time for a commercial real
It's
quick.
time for the
hey
face.
everybody, naturalsolutionstore.bz has
Oh.
a wide variety of products that you can use to stay healthy and help you get healthy and then help you stay healthy. So if you haven't been on there yet, naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Get healthy and stay healthy.
Get healthy and stay healthy. All
Amen.
natural and way better quality than you can find in all the grocery stores and all the health food stores and stuff. This stuff is good and high quality. So go online, naturalsolutionstore.bz, and check it out today. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Matthew.
All right.
All right. So we just so speaking of getting natural solutions, you need to feel good naturally. So why not get a massage therapy or massage and have massage therapy? There's like 10 benefits of massage therapy, and it reduces tension in the muscles. And of course, Natural Solutions has a lot of products that will help you with along with massage therapy. I think that anything naturally for your body to go along in your body or with your body, I think that that's a good deal. And the other one is it embraces circulation, relieves stress, which I think you and I both, and Matt, I'm sure we go through a lot of stress on it. And I've had massage therapy myself, and believe me, when you with the headaches, that's why instead of having medications, having massage therapy is really good. And then, let's see. Speeds healing of soft tissue injuries, improves mental alertness. We all need that. I need that. Eases muscle.
Mental alertness?
Mental alertness. Focus. We all need to focus, especially when you're as busy as you are. And we, especially while driving, we need to have that mental alertness at all times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And improves sleep quality. Speaking about sleeping, but let me tell you this: if you have a massage, don't go out and start driving right away, because your body's already feeling like jello, especially if it's deep tissue massage. They tell you to sit up slowly afterwards.
See, I've never been to a masseuse. I could never even get like a significant other that was willing to, get in there deep, and do the deep tissue stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it does. Your body feels like it's just jello after that, and you just need. That's why they tell you to sit up slowly, and then you might have to drink something because it takes all the fluid out of you. You really do need to get something back in your body to put the fluid back in because it feels like it just drains you. And so never try to drive or do anything, that's gonna, because your judgment is not real clear on that. It helps you, but at the same time,
It'll put you to sleep? Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Are you saying that you'll drive home sleepy afterwards?
Yes, I've done that, and I shouldn't have. I'm telling you, I've done it, and it's not a good idea. And then it stimulates the movement of lymphatic fluids. And
Watch your mouth.
I've had lymphatic problems, and in fact, my lymph nodes or my lymph glands had shut down completely a few years ago.
Now, what do the lymphatic fluids do?
I'd have to get somebody on the show to explain.
We've only
that
got a
because
couple
I
minutes
don't.
left, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually we're going to have to get you an hour somehow, some way, because I mean, but we'll work on it.
But those are just some of the basics things with massage therapy and what it does. And I'd like to thank my guests. Well, you guys are not guests. You guys are regulars. Matt and Jay.
We're still guests.
We're still guests.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because you're the host.
Well, yes, I am.
Even though I
we're
just
your
out of
guests.
habit, I have a tendency of taking over.
He just has it.
It's okay.
He's a habitually take over her.
Or take over her. Well, we want
Take
you to.
over.
We just continue to pray for the Terry
Susan
Saunders
Burroughs
family.
does reflexology. That's a study of reflexes, right?
I would hope so. I think so. But thank you, folks, for joining in. And Susan, love you. And Rachel, love you. And I'll see you here soon. And Jay, Matt, thank you very much for being on the show.
Hey,
Hi. And
you're welcome.
Facebook and Corsax Radio, thank you very much for joining. And Jim, Dr. Jim, thank you very much for tuning in and watching as well. I hope you guys have a brighter living day. Take care.
Nice outro. Good one.